The 5-second cognitive interrupt. One of the most powerful tools for overcoming hesitation is the simple act of moving immediately when you feel resistance. The human brain is designed to avoid risk and conserve energy, which is why even small tasks, like starting a project, sending a message, or recording a video, can feel overwhelming. The brain instantly predicts negative outcomes, embarrassment, failure, rejection, or wasted effort. If you wait, this internal dialogue grows stronger, making the task feel more intimidating. The 5-second cognitive interrupt works by counting backward from 5 and then acting immediately. This small action interrupts the automatic thinking loop and bypasses the overactive emotional brain. By forcing movement, you signal to your brain that the situation is manageable. Once in motion, hesitation diminishes, confidence rises, and momentum begins. This technique is effective because the brain responds to physical cues faster than to motivation or rational thought. 90 minutes focus cycle. The brain is not designed for constant attention. Cognitive energy follows natural ultradian rhythms, with focus peaking around 90 minutes before requiring rest. During peak cycles, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning, logic, and decision-making, functions optimally. Ignoring these cycles leads to wasted energy, mental fatigue, and reduced efficiency. 90 minutes focus cycle involves working in uninterrupted blocks that align with natural attention peaks, followed by short breaks of 15-20 minutes. This prevents cognitive depletion, restores neurotransmitters, and maintains clarity throughout the day. Working with your brain's natural rhythm rather than against it dramatically increases productivity while reducing the mental strain of prolonged effort. It's a subtle but highly effective way to respect how the brain operates biologically. The micro-win momentum principle. Large tasks trigger avoidance because the brain evaluates effort against reward. When a goal seems daunting or the outcome uncertain, the mind prioritizes comfort over action, resulting in procrastination. Shrinking the task into micro-actions shifts this perception. Writing a single sentence, opening a document, or reading one page feels negligible to the brain, which perceives minimal threat. Once action begins, a powerful feedback loop occurs. Dopamine is released in response to perceived progress, not completed success. This small neurological reward motivates continued effort. Momentum builds naturally, and tasks that once felt insurmountable become manageable. Micro-wins leverage the brain's chemistry, creating a sense of accomplishment that propels ongoing productivity and engagement. Cognitive load reduction. Working memory has limited capacity, typically holding only 4 to 7 items at a time. Attempting to mentally track multiple responsibilities, deadlines, or ideas overloads the system, resulting in stress, forgetfulness, and mental fog. Externalizing tasks through notes, lists, or digital planners frees this cognitive space, allowing the brain to focus on problem solving rather than storage. By offloading information, the brain reduces unnecessary neural activity and improves clarity. This creates room for creative thinking, better decision-making, and increased efficiency. The brain excels at processing, not storing. Managing cognitive load intentionally transforms scattered thoughts into organized mental energy, allowing performance to scale without increasing stress. Single-task cognitive dominance. Multitasking is a myth. Switching between tasks incurs invisible cognitive costs. Each transition requires reorientation, consuming time, attention, and energy, while increasing the likelihood of errors and shallow thinking. Deep work relies on uninterrupted focus. By committing to one task at a time, neural circuits remain engaged, allowing sustained concentration and stronger memory formation. This method enables complex problem-solving, creative insight, and consistent performance. Single-task dominance is not about doing less. It is about optimizing mental output by reducing wasted cognitive effort. Even simple tasks are completed more efficiently when the brain is allowed to maintain full focus. Cognitive reframing. Emotions are not caused by events themselves, but by the interpretation of events. Two people can experience identical circumstances and respond in entirely different ways depending on how they assign meaning. A failed project could be seen as evidence of personal inadequacy or as feedback for improvement. Cognitive reframing involves deliberately choosing interpretations that reduce emotional distress and increase adaptability. This activates logical regions of the brain, regulating emotional responses and improving resilience. Over time, this practice strengthens psychological flexibility, allowing the mind to respond to challenges strategically rather than reactively. Mastering reframing is essential for maintaining calm, clarity, and decision-making under pressure. State-dependent cognitive priming. The brain retrieves information more efficiently when internal states match the context of performance. Learning or practicing in an environment similar to the performance scenario enhances recall and execution. For example, studying material in the same posture or location where you will use it, or practicing a skill in the same conditions as the final application, strengthens neural connections. State-dependent priming works because the brain encodes context cues, along with memory. Matching mood, posture, and environment allows those cues to trigger relevant neural pathways, improving both retention and performance. This subtle alignment enhances learning, reduces errors, and maximizes the efficiency of cognitive processing. Attention anchoring. Modern brains are under constant assault from distractions. Every notification, pop-up, or sudden thought interrupts focus and splits attention. The prefrontal cortex, which governs reasoning and self-control, loses efficiency each time attention is diverted. Over time, the brain becomes conditioned to shallow, reactive thinking rather than sustained concentration. Attention anchoring strengthens focus by intentionally training the mind to remain fixed on a single point. This could be a visual object, a sound, or even your own breath. For several minutes, you concentrate solely on that anchor, and whenever your mind wanders, you gently redirect it back. This practice gradually strengthens neural pathways responsible for executive control, allowing voluntary redirection of attention. Over days and weeks, the mind becomes less reactive, distractions have less impact, and deep work becomes more natural.